Hey everybody, today I wanted to do a comparison between Smart Doll and Dollfie Dream, and I have not watched any other videos about this because I wanted to come at it. I didn't want to have anybody else's ideas in my head, and so this is an instant take. That's why I'm calling this. I haven't looked at them in comparison yet. I want to do that all right here so you can kind of see my initial reactions and see what the difference is between the two dolls as far as I'm concerned. Now that being said, I am not an expert in either Smart Doll or Dollfie Dream. So I know a lot of people know everything there is to know about these dolls. That's not me. I'm just a doll lover that likes these dolls, and I bought them, and I don't want to say they're very similar, but they're a similar style of doll, so I wanted to do a comparison for them. The first thing that I noticed, well, first of all, this is Smart Doll Summer, and this is Sailor Moon, Usagi. This is her Usagi look. So I don't keep her in her Sailor Moon outfit because there are so many little pieces that could get lost. So when I've got her out playing with her, I kind of don't play with her in that outfit. I do display her in that outfit, but when I'm doing other stuff, I don't have her in that outfit because it's so, I don't want to lose it. So anyway, so that being said, if you compare them side by side, Smart Doll is a little bit taller. Now I know she's wearing heels, but I'm going to slip her heels off real quick, and even with her heels off, you're going to see that she is a little bit taller than the Dollfie Dream. And I had to lay her down for this process. And someone told me, someone left a comment on one of my videos that the Smart Doll joints are very fragile, so you have to be careful with them. So flat-footed, they're roughly the same size, but she is still just a little bit taller than Dollfie Dream. So back to back, you can see them like this. And her shoes don't really have any sort of height to them, so. All right. The next thing that I want to look at, I'm going to seat them so I can feel a little more confident about what they're going to do. All right. The next thing that I notice about them is, let's look at the hands and the jointing on the hands. The Dollfie Dream's hands and joints are slightly larger. So you can see that she's got a little bit longer, even though she's a little bit shorter, the fingers are a little bit longer. As far as material goes, it feels pretty much the same. So they're both this sort of flexible vinyl material, but the jointing, this joint is ever so slightly larger. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the hands to show you the ease of doing that. And for the sake of perfect comparison, I'm going to remove the left hand of both dolls. So to remove the Dollfie Dream's hand, I'm going to do this twist and pull action, like unscrewing something. So there's her hand attached to the joint. And then I'm going to do the same thing with Summer, carefully pulling hers out, like so. And you hear that nice pop. It's kind of satisfying, isn't it? So side by side, there they are. And again, the Dollfie Dream hand is a little bit bigger, and the peg is a little bit fatter than the other one. Now from this, you can remove the hands, and the Dollfie Dream hand is much harder for me to remove. So I'm like trying to pull it off there. There it is. And the Smart Doll hand comes off a little bit easier. Which, for somebody like me, that's better because you might have seen me, it's hard for me sometimes to do little minute things with my hands. But that's the comparison of the hands, and that's how the different joints look. So I'm going to put these back together and stick them back on. And kind of doing a twist and push motion here, not wanting to break the hands, so I'm being careful to apply even pressure throughout the hand. And now Summer, same thing. Put in that little, hers is it's a little bit narrower, so there we go, got hers in. Okay, so looking at the elbow joints, it's the same thing. The elbow joint on the Smart Doll is a little bit smaller than it is on Dollfie Dream, but they both work the same way. So that's that. All right, as far as the faces go, it's hard to say anything about, you know, face comparisons just because every face is supposed to be different, right? So I think they're both really cute. I mean, I think the paint quality is great on both, or the face-up quality. I think they're both absolutely adorable. I love both dolls, or I wouldn't have bought them both, right? So I think they're super cute and super sweet as far as that goes. Now I'm going to undress the girls so we can look at the jointing of the rest of the body. So first will be Usagi, and this is an outfit I bought from Mobenjo on Etsy, and I really love this style of dress because it's super cute and flowy, etc. And to do this, I'm gonna take her head off. So we'll also do a comparison of how their heads come off. So I'm gonna slowly do the twist and pull. I'm gonna take her wig off, slowly twist and pull. And that wig is not an official Volks wig, that's a Monique wig that I like to put her in. So, and just twisting, pulling, there we go. So, set her head to the side, and let's remove the dress. So there she is. And I don't need to remove Summer's head for this next bit, but I'm going to do it so you can see the difference and how they come off and how her necklace just fell off. Let's set that to the side. Don't lose it. So same thing, I'm going to twist and pull, and oh, her wig just fell off. There we go. So got two heads, two wigs now, and just looking at size, the Smart Doll head's a little bigger, but they both wear the same wig size. They're both at 8'9", so it's not really a huge difference in sizing there. And I'm going to take her shirt off, up over her head. And I think this is where there's a really big difference in these two types of dolls, and that is in the way that the joint in the middle of the body is. So Smart Doll's joint is right under the breasts. So it's right under the chest. You can see inside there her inner skeleton, which is really great for doing all sorts of flexible posing. You can move her whichever way you want, you know, carefully of course, but I like that aspect of Smart Doll. So sit her up. On the Dollfie Dream, the joint is a little bit lower, so the joint's more at kind of, I guess you would say that's the waist. So the joint's there, and you can't really get as good of a peek inside of the skeleton of this doll, but there it is. It's like a plastic skeleton, and it's not as flexible, so she sits up, but there's not as much, you can't get as much, you know, you can get a lot actually. It's just in a different position. So that's differently positioned there for different poses. One thing the Smart Doll has that I really like, if you take a look at the back, is this stand. Every Smart Doll comes with a stand, so you can attach that in there, and it's kind of like a tripod, and it helps prop her up so that she doesn't fall over. So I think that's really cool. And I'm gonna take her pants off so you guys can see the legs. See the difference with the legs. And I'm gonna move these carefully. I love, love, love these pants. They are super nice. Okay, So let's look now at the legs. And you can see Summer has much longer legs than Usagi. So they're, if you put them hip to hip like this, the knees are almost in the same place, but then Summer has a little bit of a longer, I guess that's her shin. So, but the jointing on the knees, if we turn them over, so let's turn her over, show her full moon to you guys. Let's cover that up. Of course, this one you're gonna get to see it because she doesn't have any underwear. So there we go. And it's pretty much, you can see the mechanism is very similar. So between the two dolls, you've just got this jointing. And they're both marked at the back of the neck. Mirai for Smart Doll. And then we have Volks for Volks, which might be harder to see because she's a little bit paler. And as far as weight, I'm feeling the Dollfie Dream's a little heavier. And I want to say that's probably, so if you feel the vinyl on the outside of the dolls, the vinyl is quite, it feels quite the same to me. It's a squishy, like a, I want to say a rich vinyl, like I'm talking about chocolate here, but it's like a nice, expensive sort of vinyl. But the Dollfie Dream is slightly heavier, and I want to say that's that inside skeleton. So that's what I think is contributing to the weight, because like I said, the outer pieces feel pretty much the same. So I think that the Smart Doll has a little bit more as far as the range of motion goes, and the Volks doll feels a little more solid. And I think that's maybe something that's like a trade-off. You want more flexibility, you have to have a lighter skeleton to get that. So, but both dolls are really gorgeous, and they're really well made. Like, you can feel the quality in the dolls. These are not cheaply made dolls. I think if you're trying to decide between either one, you really couldn't go, I mean, if you want, you know, the more flexibility, I hate to even say that, because the Volks doll is pretty flexible. Like, she's not flexible. I'm having a hard time describing this. I can't pick a favorite between the two. I really love them both, and I don't think I couldn't pick which one is better than the other. They're different. So they're similar but very different, and you know, they're both great dolls. They're both good quality, great dolls, and they're lots of fun to play with, and I really like them, you know. So you can just get a look here at the way, I'm gonna put them both in the same pose so you can kind of compare the way their bodies look side by side, like the detail on the bodies. So there they are, if that helps you make a decision about which you would prefer to have. The cool thing with both dolls is that there's so many accessories for them, both from the companies themselves and from other artists who make doll clothing and accessories, that they're fun. They're so much fun to shop for, so you can go shopping for them to your heart's content, pretty much. So that's my take on the Dollfie Dream versus the Smart Doll. Again, I can't pick a favorite. I really like them both. So, well, if I were, you know, if I had to keep one, I don't know how I would choose, because I really love them both. So, you know, that might not be very helpful to you guys, but from somebody who's not die-hard Volks versus die-hard Smart Doll, this is like my honest opinion and my honest reaction to the two dolls side by side, and the differences between them. So they're both great dolls. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope you enjoy seeing it. If you have any questions about it, leave me a comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.